Hey, how's it going, TP's Oli? How's it going, TPS Oli? Hey, how's it going, Lily? Hey, how's it going, Benny something? Cast it out farther, says Benny something. I don't know. I think this is a pretty good spot. I mean, it's pretty deep here. How's it going, Twan? Twan Mai. Lily says, I live fishing, do it all the time with my dad. Nice, nice, nice. It's a fun hobby. I like fishing as well. It's definitely a good activity to do. How's it going, Twan Mai? Lily says, have you caught anything yet? Haven't caught anything yet. Not quite yet. Just got out here, just started fishing like 3 minutes ago. Benny Sutton says, gotta get my fishing license, haven't renewed them yet. Yeah, that's probably an important thing to do, I'm guessing. I'm all licensed, but yeah, I know fishing licenses usually expire in like March sometime, most states. Then you gotta get it renewed. Tuan Mai says Vietnam. I think Tuan is Vietnamese. Thank you for watching from Vietnam. I really appreciate it. Benny something says end of March in Illinois. Yeah, that's I was in Illinois. I'm in St. Louis now, but yeah, I used to live in Illinois, and yeah, they do expire around that time, I think. Darren Doe asks, where you at? I'm in Forest Park. This is in St. Louis. And yeah, we're fishing, doing some fishing. Darren Doe says, okay, Canada here. Lily Frederick says, I subbed. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate it. Benny something says, nice park. Yeah, really nice park, really nice day in the park here. TPS Ollie says, I subbed as well. Thank you, TPS Ollie. I really appreciate the support. Thank you. We do fishing live streams. Probably gonna do them almost every weekend, at least for a bit. And yeah, I always like to get out and go fishing a little bit on the weekends and whenever else I have time. It's one of my main hobbies, I guess. Teddy Tariadi says, Nuamong Noun. Says Teddy Tariadi. Thank you. I don't know what that means, Teddy, but I really appreciate it. Thank you for the comment there. And thank you, everybody, for the subs and the likes and everything. I really appreciate your guys' support. All right, yeah, I'm gonna cast it out a little farther. I thought there would be more fish a little closer into shore, but I guess it's just a matter of finding them. So let's see. That's a little further out, I guess. What fish is there, bud? So I'm thinking in this place it's mostly, well, I'm trying to catch bluegill, actually. So I'm trying to catch bluegill because I'm gonna go out and actually do some catfishing later on if I can catch some bait, I guess, for catfish. Since live bluegill is always a pretty good bet to use for catfish. So that's what I'm trying to catch right now. And so I came out to the park here because I know the parks are usually loaded with bluegill. And that's what we're trying to catch today. So we're trying to catch right now anyway. And then I'll head out to the river, either the Missouri River or the Mississippi River, and try to catch some bigger fish out there. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jack of all trades, master of none. Jack of all trades, master of none asks what kind of catfish you after, flatheads, channels, and blues. So mostly, I'm guessing channels and blues are what I'll be after. But that'll be this evening if I can catch us some live bait here. That's what we're aiming to do right now. So now it's just a matter of finding where the bluegill are. This is usually a pretty good setup for bluegill. Just got a night crawler on a hook with a under a bobber. What type of bait are you using? Asks Lily. I am using night crawlers. Just got some worms from Walmart, and yeah, that's what we're using. Jack of all trades, master of none says them round-head cats with the cat emoji. Money Man Jay, how's it going today, boss man? Blessings your way. Thank you, Money Man. Thank you, Money Man. Doing really good out here, actually. Doing good. Yeah, everything's going well. Hope everything is going well for you, Money Man Jay. Thank you so much for the blessings. Run Jack of all trade, master of none says, you ever use jigs for bluegills? Every now and again I have, yeah, but I always like using like live bait, night crawlers, worms, all those sort of things work a little bit better usually, from what I've found. Lily Frederick says, I use worms too, they're called mealworms. Nice, yeah, that's usually, those are a good bait to use. Moneyman J asks, what are you aiming for today? So Moneyman J, I'm aiming to try to catch worms, or bluegill, not worms, excuse me. Using worms to try to catch bluegill right now. So that's where we are at today. So we're out here at a little pond out here, and it looked like it was going to be a pretty good spot for bluegills and that sort of thing. But nothing yet. We've been out here for about 10 minutes though. So I guess not that long. I'm gonna try casting it out to a different spot, because this spot doesn't seem to have a lot of fishing for whatever reason. Looks like our bait is still on. Bait is still on, guys. All right, so we're gonna try casting it a little different spot. We're gonna try going that way, and yeah. Lily says try to throw near some tall grass. That is a good idea. Yeah, I definitely would do that if we don't have a ton of tall grass here, but yeah, there's some like lily pads and stuff that it's kind of getting close to now. So maybe there'll be some fish kind of hiding in the lily pads. So we'll see if there are any. That seems like a pretty good little spot. Louis Brown says, "What's up? What's up? How's it going? How's it going, Louis? Or Louis? How's it going? How's it going?" We are out here doing some fishing, Louis. How's it going, Jack of all trades, master of none? What time of year? Grass is just growing in, patchy. Yeah, we don't have a ton of grass right now at the moment because it's April, so it's just starting to grow in, of course, you know, here into spring. But there'll be some grass here for sure, like, but yeah, it hasn't quite grown in yet. Lily says, "I thought that was a gator next to it." Nice, nice. Yeah, no, we don't have any gators here. Yeah, no, not. Fortunately, we don't have any gators here, or else we would probably be catching one. Louis says, "I'm from Maine, went live this morning, fishing, got skunked, 33 degrees, raining and snowing here when I was out." Wow, yeah. Fortunately, we don't have any more snow. We've had a lot of rain. The last weekend was super, super rainy. But yes, Louis Brown says, "Got 89 views, 29 likes. Nice, 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 nice." Miss Patchy here. I'm fishing isolated patches to just run. Yeah, Louis, it's not, we got quite a bit nicer weather than in Maine. I'm guessing Maine is probably, sounds like it's still pretty cold up there. But yeah, fortunately here it's just really nice spring weather, and it's a great day to be out doing a little fishing. So see if we catch anything. It was just nice to get out today. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm out here as well. Just it's nice to get out and enjoy the weather, enjoy some, you know, peace and quiet and nature, that sort of thing. So it's always a great day to get out and do some fishing. But it definitely helps when the weather is nice. It's pretty nice here, so I'm pretty happy about that. Yesterday here turned out beautiful, says Run Jack of all trades. Nice, nice. That's good. That's good. Glad it was nice weather yesterday. Yesterday was kind of not so great weather here, but it's not didn't start out great. We've been getting a ton of rain here, lots of rain and storms and stuff. It's kind of the season for storms out in this part of the country, but fortunately today is just beautiful. I mean, probably like 70 degrees, sunny, no rain. I'm not sure if that's great fishing weather. I mean, I don't know if the fish like the sun or not, but I like the sun. Looks awesome there, says Louis. Nice, yeah, no, it's really great weather, so that's nice. Oh, that's wild, guys. Look at that helicopter up there. That's what's making the noise. I think that's a helicopter going to the hospital, I think. Yeah. Run, Jack of all trades, master of none says you guys are going to get patchy rain and sun soon. All right, well, probably. So, oh, that's crazy how, so I'm looking at it without the phone and I can't see the blades of the helicopter. But then when I look at it through the phone, because I guess it's matching the speed, the FPS is matching the speed of those blades, it's actually, I can see them turning. They're going super fast, but at least hope the propellers stay intact. That was horrible at the Hudson River. Yeah, that really was. That was a really bad accident. We've had a lot of really bad accidents recently, so. But fortunately, this guy seems okay. And I did not know that's where they parked the helicopters up there, so looks like he's trying to, I think he's gonna land on the roof. I've never actually seen the helicopters take off and land from there before, so this is kind of interesting. We'll get right back to fishing pretty soon. How's it going, Pickles? How's it going? Louis Brown says, cool to see him touching down on the roof. I thought so too. I thought so as well. So I've never actually seen them land on the roof before, but now I know where they're taking off and flying from all the time. I live pretty close to here, so I hear them all the time, but I didn't realize that was where they were landing from. So that's kind of cool. I roofed our helicopter pad on our hospital. Nice, yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's always great to work on big projects like that. Helicopter. How's it going, Pickles? But yeah, we're out here just doing a little fishing. Trying to catch some bluegill, guys. Trying to catch some bluegill. Run says, I'll catch you later, Louis. Pickles off to my errands. See you, Jack. Thanks for stopping by. Pan fishing is always fun, says Pickles. Yeah, I think so as well. I thought we would actually be catching a little more by now. We haven't actually gotten any bites here. I'm thinking about taking the bobber off and putting it onto the bottom because for whatever reason, we're just not catching a whole lot of bites here. Usually, you know, this is usually a pretty good setup. The bobber and a little hook with some worm on it, but Lorenzo Trio says gonna be 87 today. Today I'm gonna hit the ponds and throw some new Panther Martins and a Blue Fox Vibrex Vibrex, see what I can get. Nice Lorenzo, nice Lorenzo. Well, good luck out there. It is really nice weather here as well. Not 87 degrees. That actually sounds a bit warm. That's almost summer weather. What part of the country are you in? I'm from Colorado. Nice, okay. Well, it's not nearly that warm. That's warmer than it is here. We're in St. Louis, and it's like 70, I think. So, but it's really nice weather. Louis Brown says, I found the live action lures was a lot harder to use live and impossible to interact, so I switched back to night crawlers and then sinker and soaked it. Pickle says 84 degrees here outside of Denver. Wow, that's really warm. You guys got some like heat wave out there or something. Yeah, it's like probably, like I said, like 70 degrees here. It's really nice. That's pretty warm though. We've had some crazy weather. It gets, cold, hot, tons of rain, no rain, tons of extremes. Yeah, the weather here is bipolar, says Louis Brown. Yeah, definitely. Weather everywhere is like that, feels like. Last weekend, the last like 2 weeks really, we've had tons of rain. People have said it's like more rain than we've ever had in like 100 years or something. So there are a couple of big rivers that actually kind of flooded. But fortunately, at least where I'm at, the creek behind my place didn't flood, so we didn't have a house getting flooded, which is nice. We've had super nice weather here for like the past week, says Lorenzo. Nice, nice. Yeah, this is like the nicest time of year, I think, for getting outside, going fishing. Spring, fall is also pretty nice. It gets hot here in the summer, but it's fun to get out in the summer too. I just like getting outside. Well, okay, man. See you later, says Louis Brown. Sounds good, Louis. See you later. Thank you for joining. I will catch you on another one. Have a good day, everyone, says Louis Brown. I sub. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Dropped a sub for you, man. I'm gonna get my gear together and get ready to hit the ponds. Have a good one, and good luck with my lips. Thank you, Lorenzo. Thank you, Lorenzo. Pickle says decent week ahead and supposed to drop next weekend. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's getting to be that time of year where it's not too cold. You can finally get out and do fishing. Nothing's frozen over. Really nice. The best time of year. Yeah, I'm gonna take that bobber off, I'm thinking, and we'll try putting it on the bottom, see if that helps. For whatever reason, they're not biting on the bobber, which they usually do, bluegill and stuff, so I don't know what's going on. But we'll try taking the bobber off, see if that helps. Nothing was even biting the bait, which is a little unusual. Let's see. Only thing this time of year is figuring out all of the spawning. Yeah, I know the largemouth spawn should be starting pretty soon, and I know that's when everybody really goes out after the largemouth. But panfish usually bite, I mean, pretty much all year round. I've never really noticed that the bite slows down. But maybe it does here, which is why we're not catching anything. But usually those you can catch just about all times of the year. I might try actually putting a little more bait on. Maybe that'll help, I don't know. Or I'll drop it off right here actually, just right, really close. We'll try right here by the wall and see if that helps. Because sometimes there's fish hanging out right by the wall, and it can be a really good spot. Because we've tried casting it out super far, that wasn't working out. So we'll see if dropping it down right here helps. Let's open it up a little more. There we go. What kind of fish are in there? Asked Pickles. So there should be a bluegill and like green sunfish, pumpkin seed, all those sort of little panfish. That's kind of what we are shooting for right now, are the bluegill. There's also like bass, bullhead, catfish, I mean channel cats, largemouth, and yeah, those are the main fish that are in here that I'm aware of. But we are shooting for the bluegill because we are trying to catch bait to go out and later hit the river. So I'm trying to catch some bluegill. And this is usually a pretty good spot for them. I mean, right by the shore, that sort of thing. Yes, typical lake fish then. Yeah, all your usual kind of city park lake fish that you can think of. What's weird is how nothing has even bit this yet, that is kind of unusual because usually a night crawler is pretty good bait for all those little kinds of panfish, bullhead, those sort of fish. Usually we'll really go after night crawler on a hook, but I don't know, it's slow today. And this is a pretty good spot. I mean, I would think is a pretty good spot. You know, got about 3 to 4 foot of water right off this little structure here. Kind of out of the way of the main current. I'm almost thinking of putting the bobber back on and just keep trying to drift it out through maybe a different portion. Maybe they're all schooled up or something and are a little harder to find. Alright, we are going to go ahead and Is there any structure or weeds in there that might be hanging out around? That's what we're trying to find. There are a few lily pads and stuff, so that are kind of just offshore that I can see. Then there's some way out in the middle that are a little beyond my casting ability, but right out here there are a couple. But we'll let this drift through. So there's a couple of right around there, a couple of like single lily pads, that sort of thing. And I just threw the bobber out there. Maybe everybody can see it. Maybe you can't, but there's the bobber. And yeah, so it's just drifting through using the wind. There's definitely a little breeze blowing the bait across the water, which is good. It'll get it in front of a whole bunch of fish, or I guess more opportunity for it to get in front of fish. So we're just waiting for that to go down, guys. I'm so surprised like nothing's even tried to take the bait or whatever yet. Yes, that would be a crime here. Well, it depends, actually, but like anything else, it depends. Potentially, yes, that would be a crime. Just waiting for that bobber to go down, guys. But I don't know what, for whatever reason, I'm gonna try to cast out by that little, like I guess fountain or bubbler up there. I'll try casting a little closer to that. Maybe we'll have a little better luck out there. Let's see. That's right next to that bubbler, or I don't really know what that is, fountain. But we cast right out there. That there should be some structure around there, at least some of like the water pipes, those sort of things. So there's definitely a little bit of current because it's moving the bobber away from there pretty quick. But it was right there. Now it's moving there. Just waiting to watch it go down. Kind of wondering if all of the rain and stuff has meant that there's been a lot more food in the water than normal. Pickle says can't count how many times I've watched my bobber cover a lot of water and nothing. Yeah, same here. It definitely, I mean, it seems like that would be a good way to get the bait in front of a whole lot of fish. But yeah, for whatever reason today, I don't know, not biting. And usually bluegill bite pretty much all hours of the day. So this is kind of, at least my experience has always been bluegill. Other panfish are pretty easy to catch at just about every hour of the day. So I'm gonna throw it back here a couple more times, and then if not, I'm gonna move over actually down there to those other concrete kind of pads over there and try fishing that side a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and reset this. I'm gonna throw it out one more time by that fountain area. And then it seems like a logical idea. Fish sometimes have their own unique logic. Yeah, they certainly do. And most of the time that logic involves not getting caught by fishermen. So let's see. I will go ahead and move the bobber a little bit. Right now it's got about a foot or so, or less than a foot, I'd say about 10 inches. So we'll bring her up so that the bait's about maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet under the bobber. Let it go a little deeper this time. So there we go. It's a lot, that'll run a lot deeper. I don't know if everybody can. So yeah, now it'll run a lot deeper down, and hopefully, you know, maybe that's all we were waiting for, was for the bait to kind of be down for him. So. Let's see. All right. So that's a little bit deeper down. We'll see if that was the ticket or not. So it'll cover the exact same water, just another foot down, and maybe we'll be put right in front of them. I'd be glad too when our fishing season opens. Yeah, no, I love fishing. It's always a great time of year to get out. We don't have really seasons for fishing here. I don't think anything is off season, but it's definitely, there's nice weather to be out and kind of nicer times of year versus not nicer times. My boat all serviced and ready to go. Nice. Yeah, I don't have a boat, at least yet, but yeah, a boat would definitely, I feel, be a game changer for fishing. At least it would let you get out and access a lot more stuff. You kind of got a new angle of attack than from shore. So a boat definitely would be nice. But I'm a shore angler. The wind died down. It's almost nothing now. Me too, ice fishing I love. Nice, yeah. Ice fishing is fun. I've done it like once, but it's definitely a different, game. I just don't know enough about ice fishing. I've only done it once, well, I guess a couple times, but only ever caught anything once out on the ice. It's definitely a different game from shore fishing or fishing in open water. I fished off of a boat a couple times. I just don't have one. Yeah, fishing from a boat's a lot of fun too. It's a whole different game when you get out on a boat, like a really nice boat that you, and then you got like a fish finder and all that sort of stuff. I mean, oh, looks like the sounds like the helicopter is going to take off again, guys. We'll see.